Hi everyone, my name is Lucia. Welcome here. Today I wanted to make this video to clarify a little bit what is the emotion code, what is the body code, and what is the belief code, and why these three modalities in reality are ones and they were perfectly together. So I have few people that were asking me, I want to have a session of the emotion code. And I'm like, yeah, I'm also a practitioner of the body code and belief code. And so they will say, wait, so if you do the belief code, you still do the emotion code. And how does it work? With the body code, they're still doing the belief code. And I'm like, yeah, it's confusing. But in reality, if I have to make it like in the easiest way possible, what is the emotion code, body code, and belief code? Basically, it's level one, level two, level three. So, and of course, each time, each level, you learn more. It's like every healing practice is like that. You more you go ahead with the levels, and more you learn, and more you integrate the whole all the things together. And the same thing with this beautiful modality, which was created at Dr. Bradley Nelson. Dr. Bradley Nelson is an intuitive doctor and also an amazing chiropractor, and he studied all his life these things, and I'm very grateful for him to brought this beautiful healing into this world. So, but let me go ahead and explain a little bit better what is that I want to explain. So, all these three modalities, they all work with muscle testing. Muscle testing, if you really don't know what it is, I highly recommend you to watch my previous videos I made about the art and science of muscle testing, which explain really good in a very simple way what is muscle testing, also called applied kinesiology. But if I have to explain it like quickly in this moment, if you really want to know what it is in few words, muscle testing is a way to communicate with your body, with your subconscious mind. And it's a beautiful and gentle way because from your body, you can actually have answers. And the answers are always yes or no. So in this way, I don't know. There are many ways to do muscle testing. The easiest one that you kind of like can play a little bit with that and make other people play with that is the sway test. When you stand strong on your feet and you basically think about a product or hold something in your hands, and you say, this thing is good for me. And if your body goes forward, it means a yes. If it goes back, your body is saying no. And this is an easy way just to start if you want to play a little bit with that. Otherwise, many practitioners, they do this method that is the arm parallel to the floor of the person that is working with, and they ask to hold a little resistant of this arm. And so when they ask question, if the arm is strong, is firm, it's a yes. If it's the arm goes down, it's a no. And for example, for myself, I do this method called ring in ring, which is the ring is strong is a yes, is the ring is loose is a no. When I have to like explain what happened to the body when we do muscle testing to people that really don't know what it's happening, imagine just for a second, if you close your eyes and you think about something that you really love, like maybe your children, maybe your partner, maybe a memory in um, your mind that really make you feel good. You feel like your chest like kind of like instantly expand, your heart feels good, you might have a smile in your face, so your body is firm, is strong. When you think about war, when you think about hate, when you think about something very bad that happens to you, something that makes you feel sad. I mean, naturally now, if you see me, my body just clench, curve forward because this kind of energy make our bodies weak. So that's why the arm, when it's yes, is strong, in this direction. Sorry, the camera is not very clear to me. When it's easy, it's strong, is stay up, and when it's no, it goes down. It's the same concept. When is a good things for our body feels strong. When is something that makes us feel sad, and our body feels weak. So that's quickly to explain what is muscle testing a little bit in a quick way. But each of this, the emotion code, the body code, and belief code, the let's say the main ingredients is muscle testing. You can't work with this modality if you don't get familiar with muscle testing. And that's when we start with the emotion code. With the emotion code is the first, let's say, the first level. We started working with the emotions because our bodies is made of energies, and most of parts of our bodies are made of emotions. We have emotion every day. We have emotion I feel an emotion in this moment. We always have emotions. So that's the first step when you start study this method. And the emotion code is a healing method that helps us find and release trapped emotions from the body. So, trapped emotions, what is a trapped emotions? Because, how I said, we have emotions all the time. We feel emotions constantly in our bodies, in our energy field. We are very emotional. And so, what is a trapped emotions? A trapped emotion is a ball of vibrating energy about the size of your clenched fist. Trapped emotions can launch anywhere in your body, where they can exert a distorting force on the energy field, which can lead to all kinds of physical and emotional issues. So, I have many times happens that I have people coming to me with physical pain, shoulders, neck, hips. Like most of the time, when we do the sessions after we release few emotions from the body, that pain goes away. And Dr. Bradley Nelson, which is the doctor that create this method, he's a chiropractor. And he said a few times that he had people coming to his studio to get treated, and most of the time he was ending up doing the emotion code, because that store emotions in our bodies create the pain. So once that you release that pain, that once you release that emotion, the pain goes away, and is very phenomenal. Like when I started working first times years ago with a few people, I remember I was always so shocked, like the fast and precise healing that people were having right away after few emotions released. It was amazing. And I still do on myself, I do on my children, I do on my husband, I do on my dog all the time. And it's really phenomenal, this healing. It's really amazing. So sometimes when we feel strong emotions like sadness, fear, or anger, our bodies holds on that energy if we don't fully process it. Over time, these trapped emotions can cause physical pain, emotional struggles, or even block us from feeling happy and free. When you study the emotion code, you also study the heart wall. The heart wall is this wall of layers of emotions that we build up around our heart, kind of to protect our heart for getting hurt. But you might understand that more layers you put around your heart, and more you might feel insecure in life, more you might have trouble to find the love of your life, and more you have trouble might find the the job that you want to do. You might feel a lot of issues on, like, feeling successful, feeling thriving in your life, because most of the time it's because we have a heart wall. They are just layers of emotional, trapped emotions all around our heart. So when we work with the emotion code, we also work to release emotion from the heart so that the heart can feel strong, can feel happy, can feel free. And so that's where you study with the first level, which is the emotion code. And if you never read the book, I highly recommend you to buy the book The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson, which explain really well this method and also give you a lot of guidance and a lot of beautiful testimonials from people that receive this healing. So when you do the emotion code, this is the chart. You have all the emotions. You have column A and column B. Then you have 6 rows. And so when people come to me, and maybe, for example, someone say, I had a car accident and I want to release all the emotions that came with this car accident. So we say, okay, let's see what emotions you need to release from your body. So automatically I do, is these emotions that you want to release is in column A. So for example, says yes. Like I'm doing like muscle testing in this moment, right? Let's make it like um, real. So say yes. So already the column B we not consider it anymore. We focus on column A. Then we ask, it's an odd row, and maybe the body say no. Okay, so it's an even row. So might be 2, might be 4, or might be 6. So 1, 3, and 5, they're out. So we in column A, 2, 4, 6. So is the row is number 2? Maybe say yes. Okay, so at this point we focus on column A, row 2, and we have 5 emotion: anxiety, despair, disgust, nervousness, and worry. So one of these 5 emotions is the emotions that the body needs to release in that specific moment. And so we again muscle test which one the body wants to release. Maybe it's nervousness, maybe it's disgust, maybe it's anxiety. We don't know. But the body, the subconscious mind knows really well, because the subconscious mind is the mind that remembers everything about us. But I will talk more about this later. So the this is like just the first level, the emotion code. You study the emotions and you get more familiar with muscle testing. Muscle testing, it's if you practice every day, it gets easier. At the beginning probably you might feel, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't even know if I'm doing it right. But like everything, you practice every day, and at the end you get very good. And if you want to learn how to do muscle testing at home by yourself, and I create a beautiful beginning guide to have just on your computer, or to print it out at your house and just follow step by step. This is the method that I use to learn muscle testing. I was muscle testing everything for like 2 years nonstop, but I started little by little. So if you go on my website, which I will put in the description below, and you scroll down the homepage, you will find the beginning guide for muscle testing at home, which is very simple, it's very clear, and it's very fun, I believe. Okay, so let me go ahead. Once we get familiar with muscle testing and we get familiar with this chart, if you want to continue it, you can continue with the body code. The body code is an healing system that helps find and correct imbalances in the body that might be causing physical or emotional issues. While the emotion code focuses on releasing trapped emotions, the body code goes even deeper. It looks at 6 main areas where imbalances can happen: energy circulatory system, like organs and glands; toxins, pathogens, like virus or bacterial; misalignments, like bones or tissues out of place; nutrition or lifestyle. So you see, it's a big area to work. Like there is everything in this method. And there is still the emotion code, because if you go in the energy section, there is still trapped emotions, the heart wall, so but goes a little deeper. in this modality. So what you do here again through muscle testing, you can ask, why do I feel like that? Okay, so let's find the root cause of why you might feel, I don't know, depressed. Or maybe it's on the left side of the chart. It's something in the energy. So of course, when you open energy, there is other points that you have to muscle test. Okay, it's in the left side of the chart, it's in the right side of the chart. Oh, it's a trapped emotion. Okay, let's find which emotion. So again, we do the emotion code even there. But there is so many things in this method. And also it's beautiful because you can find literally everything. And so let me give you an example. Few if 10 people with problem with depression, let's say, go to a doctor, and the doctor to all these 10 people give the same prescription, the same medication, because that's how he's been trained to cure that problem with that medication. When these 10 people come to me with depression problems, all these 10 people, that each one will have a different journey with me, because we all come from different background, we all have different stories. So you might have depression because you might have learned it from an ancestor, because we can also release ancestral trauma with this method. So you might feel depressed and it's something that doesn't belong to you, you don't know where this come from, because it might be coming from an ancestor. Or you might feel depressed because you have a toxin in your body. And so once you release that toxin, you might feel better. Or maybe you might feel depressed because when you were a child, at some point you had a strong experience, a strong trauma that really changed your life. And so you might feel depressed and you still carry that emotions in your body. So that's why it's fascinating, because everybody have different journey in this healing. And the beauty about this, that when you identify the root cause, and most of the time it's not just one but few, then the body started flowing a different way. You just become almost another person, because you feel lighter, you feel stronger. And it's true that you feel lighter because you release such a heavy energy that you probably hold on for so long, and your body just feel so much better after releasing that. um, the way that we release the energy that I didn't explain before, we use a magnet. Um, any magnet can be used, even the magnet that you might have in your on your refrigerator, and we pass it on the governing meridian, which is our spine, and we pass it 3 times, and 10 times if it's an inherited emotion, and then at that point the magnet has is a tool that is being used, is an ancient tool for healing that has been used for many, many years to release negative energies from the body. And the intention that I always put when I do this releasing is to put good energy, to replace that bad energy with good energy in. Um, so yeah, let me make a little bit bigger. So here you see how big is the body code. You can find misalignment, you can find stuff in some specific organs and glands. Most of the time when we find that one organ is not happy is because there are trapped emotions. So sometimes you just need to release 2 3 trapped emotions and the organs is feeling better again. We can find pathogen. How many times I have my children sick, and I do the body code on them, and after a few hours they totally fine, like nothing happened. And it's miracle, I don't know. It's amazing. It's just doing on children and see how receptive they are. Even when I do on my dog, it doesn't have the concept of like placebo effect or anything like that. I see her like thriving after a session, after maybe a traumatic experience she had. I do a session and she just becomes such a different dog. It's amazing. So okay, so after you study the body code, and with the body code, by the way, you can also find supplements, superfoods that you need, really give you the clear directions of what your body needs. There is a book also about this, the body code, always from Dr. Bradley. So maybe after you read the emotion code, you should read this. Okay, so then we have the belief code. The belief code, when I started studying the belief code and working with the belief code, I realized how much more powerful was this methodology, because it's like was the missing piece of the puzzle. And it's really powerful when you work with the belief code. So the belief code is healing method that helps identify and release limiting beliefs stored in the subconscious mind. Many of the beliefs we hold about ourselves, like I'm not good enough, I don't deserve love, or money is hard to make, were formed from past experiences, childhood, or even inherited from our family line. These beliefs often run in the background and affect our emotions, decisions, relationship, and health without us even realizing it. Because it's true, we store all these beliefs and we don't even know where this come from. Most of the time comes from our family lineage. And um okay, with the belief code, we use muscle testing to gently connect to the subconscious and discover which beliefs are blocking us. Then we release and clear them, allowing new empowering beliefs to take their place. When limiting beliefs are removed, people often feel more free, confident, and able to create the life they truly desire. It's a beautiful, gentle process that works with the body's natural wisdom. And if you take a closer look to these 7 areas, you might find that there's something familiar. So these 7 areas in realities are 7 chakras. So you start with divine, which is the crown. Then we go down on the inside, that is the third eyes. Then we have communication, which is the throat. Then love is the heart chakra, power is the solar plexus, passion is the sacral, and survival is the root chakra. So in each of these areas, when you open, there is another area with other different areas that you have to always muscle test. And at the end, you find a series of negative statements, because that's what I believe. They're just negative statements like, I don't deserve love, more money is hard to make, I'm not good enough. So all these beliefs that are subconscious at the end start believing this when we say to ourselves these things. So, through the belief code, we really go to tap into all these beliefs, all these issues that we might have stored in our body, in our subconscious mind. So, we identify the negative statements, the beliefs, and then we release. And even though we do the belief code and we create the all beliefs, we still after gonna um, test with the body code to find any associated imbalances that come from this belief. So it's very rooted, it's very like deep work. You find the belief, then associate imbalance, all the emotions around that create this belief, and then you release. So in fact, I always say to my clients after they have sessions with me to take few days off, like couple of days, to kind of reset their body, and because the body might feel more sensitive, and so give it the time to the body to reset and to feel better after. um, and it's always happening that the body really feels better. I never had anybody telling me like I feel worse, so it's pretty amazing. So when we work with the emotion code, body code, and belief code, and maybe you heard me say a few times the word subconscious mind, when we ask questions, who do we talk with? We talk with the subconscious mind on the people that we're working with. What is the subconscious mind? Okay, so this is an image I found online, and it represents really well what is our mind, how we separate the human mind. So this is a drawing of a iceberg from Freud's view of the human mind. So you see the iceberg, you probably when you see an iceberg, you see the tip of the iceberg, right? And that's considered as our conscious level, a conscious mind, where we have our thoughts, perceptions, cognitive learning, all the things that we consciously doing. Then we go down, which is way bigger, like it's a really vast, the amount of ice that is underneath that we don't see is subconscious mind and unconscious mind. When we work with the emotion code, body code, and belief code, we work with the subconscious mind and unconscious level. So these are all the memories, these are all the stories that we have, that we might remember and we might not. And most of the time, we when I have clients that they don't remember things that happen when I work on their traumas or stuff that happen, um, I always say you have to just trust that the subconscious send us here, because the subconscious knows really well what it needs to be released from the body. So the subconscious mind, if you want to have a representation of what it is this big, perfect computer that store and all our files in a very precise way. And the subconscious mind remembers everything about us, not just our life, but also stuff that we can remember, like even traumas coming from our ancestors, beliefs that comes from our ancestors, emotions that come from our ancestors, or like for example, stuff that happens when you were in the womb on your mom. You can't remember this thing, but your subconscious mind remembers. It stores every single memory that we that made us who we are, because most of the time we say, oh, I feel like that, and I don't know where this comes from. So the beauty about this work, that you really go deep finding the root cause, and because you know that the subconscious is the mind that knows everything about you, and so you can just ask and have answers. Can you imagine, like, your body is so intelligent, is so perfect, that knows exactly how to help you. And that's why we heal. Our bodies heals. But I grew up being told that no worry about this, say you will forget. You will forget this, no worry. When you're gonna be older, you forget. It's gonna pass. Everything pass. No, we all probably been told that. But in reality, it might pass consciously, but subconsciously, we remember everything. And that's why we are who we are, because our subconscious remember everything about us. The and most of the time, the part of our life that is the most important is the first 7 years, and that's where we absorb the most of our life and made us who we are in the future. So always be nice with your children, and always be gentle with them, because they're innocent, and so they deserve to have a beautiful life in the future. So you have to be present with them really from the beginning to make them happy in the future. That's what I believe. Yeah. And be a mom really showed me a lot of this, and how much care we need to give to the children to make them happy for the future. So so and this is the power of the emotion code, the body code, and the belief code. When we work together, we're not just treating symptoms, we are going to the root. We are releasing trapped emotions, correcting imbalances in the body, and clearing limiting beliefs that has been holding you back, often for years, sometimes even for generations. So this work is powerful because it connects directly to your body's wisdom. Your subconscious already knows what needs to be released. My rule is simply to guide the process and help your body do what it's naturally designed to do, which is heal. When these blocks are clear, people often feel lighter, more peaceful, more energized, and life begins to flow in a completely different way. If you feel called to finally release what no longer serves you, uh, an open space for more freedom, health, love, and abundance in your life, this is for you. And I will be so honored to support you on this journey. You deserve to feel good and you deserve to be free. So I hope that this was useful and kind of like explain a little bit this modality, and that it changed my life. It saved my life in the best possible way, and I see changing the life of many other people. So if you're interested and you find this video useful, please subscribe, like it, and keep supporting me. And thank you so much for listening to these videos. And yeah, and if you have any question, please contact me. I will be happy to respond to any question you have. And have a wonderful day. Bye.